Restaurant tricks you should be aware of. Every industry has its own success secrets, and cafes and restaurants are no exception. As it turns out, there are many methods to subtly make a guest order more dishes, and all the additional treats and confections from the chefs are just other cunning tricks to keep you in the restaurant and push you to order something else. Here are a few restaurant tricks you need to be aware of. Number 1. Expensive items used as decoys. A trick restaurants frequently use is anchoring. They place an expensive dish prominently on the menu, solely in order to make the other items around it appear cheaper. They don't necessarily expect to see these expensive items being ordered. For example, if there is a lobster dish worth $800 next to another seafood dish worth $450, you won't feel bad spending on the latter, even if the dish is not worth the price. Number 2. Unlimited buffets. All-you-can-eat buffets are easily the most common manner in which restaurants make consumers shell out extra money. Though they make you believe that they are offering you a lavish spread at a throwaway price, you cannot eat more than 60% worth of the food. Some of their tricks include keeping a huge spread of breads and salads. Since these are relatively cheaper items, buffets have these counters to keep consumers off meat dishes, which are expensive. A study also revealed that waiters often don't change dirty plates after each course, as diners tend not to feel hungry if dirty dishes are left in front of them. Number 3. Pushing drinks up front. Giving customers a drink menu early on in a meal has become common practice at restaurants, and there are a few reasons why. Firstly, it's no secret that after the second glass of wine, you might find yourself more receptive to the persuasiveness of a server who's handing over a dessert menu when you're already stuffed. But on top of that, drinking alcohol makes us more likely to indulge. A 2015 study out of Indiana University's School of Medicine published in the journal Obesity found that female participants under the influence ate more than those in a sober placebo group. MRI scans showed that in the tipsy group, the hypothalamus, which controls the metabolism, tended to be more responsive to the smell of food, making those women feel hungrier. Number 4. Bringing an amuse-bouche. Who doesn't love getting a free teaser, aka an amuse-bouche, before their appetizers even hit the table? It may seem like a win for the customer, but that's not actually the case. By providing a free amuse-bouche, a server can create a sense of indebtedness without spoiling diners' appetites, and that comes in handy when recommending a higher ticket entree or an extra side dish later on. Also, if you feel like you've already caught a break by getting something for free, you're more likely to financially justify splurging on a high-priced menu item. Number 5. Asking if you'd like a specific side dish. Would you like a side of fries with that? Is a classic upselling move at restaurants, according to Charles Gaudet, CEO of Predictable Profits. Of course, the answer is usually yes. But when your meal shows up, you might find that you've ordered much more food than you'd planned on eating. And when you get the bill, you might also see an unexpected bump in the price tag for something that you thought was included in the cost of your entree. Number 6. Big plates, tiny portions. At most high-end restaurants, the quantity of main course served is barely enough to satiate one person. To make the dish look fancy, and worth its price, chefs put in more effort in plating by garnishing the main meat dish with inexpensive salad ingredients or mashed potatoes. So, though the quantity of the main ingredient is small, it is served in a big plate that is artistically garnished to look wholesome. This is done to cut back on costs and make a profit. Number 7. Daily specials. Sometimes, waiters may recommend you a dish of the day like a soup or a starter, which isn't on the menu. Often, this special is the most profitable item on sale, and the restaurant knows it will sell more if the waiter calls your attention to it. At times, eateries use this technique to get rid of a particular food ingredient, which has remained unsold or is in excess. Since the price isn't mentioned anywhere, many diners feel embarrassed to ask the rate. Naturally, they get surprised when they receive the bill. Number 8. Fancy names for dishes. Research has proved that food items that are described in a detailed manner are more appealing to customers as compared to dishes without fancy descriptions. Instead of mentioning garlic bread on the menu, a smart restaurant will use the words handmade French bread served with roasted garlic. Number 9. Suggesting something green. Peer pressure among diners is a reality. A 2013 study from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign found that if you order after someone who chooses something health-conscious, you're more likely to follow suit. Conversely, if the person ordering before you splurges on a higher calorie item, then you're more likely to do the same. With that being said, if your server follows up your order by asking if you'd like to add something green for the table, the subtle message is that your order could have been healthier. Caving and ordering that side of Brussels sprouts may be the only way to assuage your self-consciousness, and as you might have guessed by now, your server already knew that. Number 10. Ordering wine by glass. Drinking wine by the glass is more expensive than ordering a bottle of the same wine, as restaurants buy bottles in wholesale. Apart from that, you don't know how long the bottle has been opened and kept. This compromises the quality of the wine too. Number 11. Suggesting a personal favorite. Servers who seem sincere in sharing the menu items they personally prefer are able to connect more with their customers. Reddit user Peppered Citrus shared their approach. If you are a guy that can't decide between the $11 barbecue burger or the $13 blur cheese and bacon burger, the server will suggest the $11 option. He will say that a barbecue burger is better, but you totally need to upgrade the side to mac and cheese. It's still a $13 sale. This is one of the most common and effective ways to earn a customer's trust. But buyer beware, you still might be upsold later. Number 12. Using cheaper ingredients. To cut down costs, restaurants sometimes substitute more expensive ingredients with cheaper ones, and customers don't realize this. So, a seafood dish could use low-quality shrimps or salmon, different from what's written on the menu, and you wouldn't even know the difference. Number 13. Asking if you'd like flat or sparkling. In a Reddit forum for servers looking for tips on upselling customers, user Zaitsu suggested asking diners if they'd like flat or sparkling water at the start of their meal. The customer may feel embarrassed to order tap water instead and cave for the pricier bottled water. And whether or not a diner was easily pressured may also signal to the server which person at the table is most likely to give in and order higher ticket items in general. Number 14. Walking by with food when you've only ordered drinks. When you stop into a restaurant for drinks only, your server will usually set a single menu on the table, just in case you change your mind. Then, they'll walk by you with another table's appetizers to get food on your brain. The more drinks you have, the more likely you are to change your mind and order a dish or two. Besides, you wouldn't want to drink on an empty stomach, would you? Number 15. Playing classical music. Curating a more cultured atmosphere with classical music is a widely used tactic in fine dining establishments. At no cost to the restaurant, the music signals to the customer that, just like the atmosphere, the food is exquisite, and worth whatever price they've named. In a 2003 study from the University of Leicester published in the journal Environment and Behavior, a restaurant played classical music, pop music, and no music over the course of 18 nights. The classical music inspired guests to spend more money on their meals when compared with the nights when pop music or no music played. These are some of the restaurant tricks you should be aware of. What waiters' tricks have you noticed? Tell us in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel.